Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Allison and I'm going to be showing you how to make my favorite Halloween dessert today called dirt, or I like to call it spooky pudding. So first what we're going to do is add our sugar and salt, cornstarch, milk, and our chopped chocolate to a medium-sized saucepan. And then we're going to turn our burner on to medium heat and start stirring. From this point, you don't want to leave the side of your saucepan. You want to keep stirring and keep stirring until the chocolate has fully melted and it's gotten really thick and bubbly, and it actually starts looking like a pudding. It's all bubbly. It's going to be pretty obvious. It's going to get a lot darker in color. And now what you want to do is you're going to switch to a whisk and you're going to take this off of the heat. And at this point what we want to do is add our egg yolks. And we're going to add them one at a time so that the eggs don't curdle. And even better is if you can have the egg yolks sitting out and coming to room temperature for about a half an hour before you start making your pudding. So we're going to whisk one in, and then two. And then after you get your eggs fully incorporated into your chocolate mixture, you're going to return it back to your medium heat, and you're going to keep whisking for about 2 minutes. Okay, so 2 minutes have gone by. Gonna take it off the heat, continue whisking because it's still in a hot pan, and we're gonna add our 2 tablespoons of butter right in there, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And whisk that together until it gets fully incorporated and shiny. And then what we're going to do is pour it into a cool bowl, and we're going to put plastic wrap over top and press it down on top of the pudding before we stick it into the fridge. We do this just so that the pudding doesn't form a film on top, which can be pretty disgusting when you're trying to eat it. Alright, so our pudding is fully cooled. You want to cool it either overnight or for 3 hours, depending on how much time you have until your big party. Now is the time, if you have children, to get them involved, because this is so much fun. So first what we're going to do is we're going to crush up our Oreos. We want some to mix into the pudding and then some to put on top and make it look extra dirty. So this might look a little scary. Your kids are going to love this. You put your Oreos into a bag. You can fill up the entire bag if you want. I have 2 bags here. This is what they're going to look like in a second. So you're going to take your rolling pin and smash the crap out of these cookies. I like some chunks of Oreos, so I'm an Oreo fanatic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pour our cooled pudding into the bowl here. So we want to mix all of the Oreos, or half of the Oreos, into this pudding so that we get Oreo scattered throughout our dirt. Pudding's in. Half of the container goes into our bowl. And then we're going to mix the Oreos all into this pudding. I'm going to pour a third of the pudding into the bottom here and smooth it out. We want to use a clear container because you want everyone to see the scene underneath. You don't want just the pretty scene on top. It's called dirt. It's supposed to be messy, so we're going to show the messiness in the middle. So that's smoothed out onto the bottom. And next I'm going to add a layer of pretzels. And what I love about the pretzels is that they're salty with the sweetness, and just that play of flavors is so good in this dessert. And then you're gonna add some more soil on top of that. But you want to leave enough pudding so that you can cover the entire thing with pudding when you're done. So try and smooth this out. So there we go. We've got that dirt spread out. So now I'm going to add our gummy worms. And you got to add a lot of worms because there's a lot of worms in soil. You just got to do it. All right, so there we go. And now we're going to add the rest of our dirt on top here. We're going to add the other half of our Oreos to the top. And that's just going to be the top soil here that we're going to stick our decorations into. What I'm going to do is have a little fun with pumpkins. We're going to make sort of a cemetery scene. One thing I love to do is pipe white chocolate into different shapes. And all you need to do is have a cookie sheet with some parchment paper on top. And you melt your white chocolate. You can do it in the microwave for about 10-second increments and then stir until it's completely melted. And then either use a piping bag if you have it or a plastic bag, and you cut off the end of one of the corners and you pipe it that way. And what I'm going to do is just kind of stick them in here however I want. And then maybe a little ghost flying around there. Maybe two flying around back here. Since it's Halloween, we've got to have some pumpkins. This graveyard has pumpkins growing in it. And some candy corn. What I thought would be fun is to do sort of like a maybe candy corn perimeter, or maybe like a picket fence with your candy corn. You could probably also do that with your pretzels. Form a little fence here, fence this guy in. And then maybe a few more worms on top, just to emphasize the dirtness of it. And there you have it. That's my spooky pudding.